What's up, y'all? What's up? Bounce Ball Boogie. Your host with the ghost. Finally back. We are finally back with the Underground Nation podcast. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time coming. A lot of preparation, a lot of craziness happening throughout 2020. Yo, I just want to take a moment real quick. I just want to say thank you to everyone at Underground Nation magazine for making this possible, for your host with the ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie, to make a comeback, to make a return. And this time, we are going to let it burn. We're going to burn the industry so much, it's going to just flame to the ground, and that's what the topic is going to be tonight, is talking about the fire that the music, the Underground Nation of all musicians have been going through the year 2020. And I have some guests that are going to be joining me tonight, and I appreciate them greatly. I have a co-host with me that worked with Green Jello in the past, that is now signed on with Attempted Murder Entertainment. I have the incredible Rod Dizzle. Okay, Rod D.
What's going on?
What's up, Rod D?
That was Ball Boogie. How you making out, brother?
Oh my God, bro! I'm having lots of fun. I'm glad to have you with me. How are you doing tonight?
I'm glad to be here. I appreciate you having me on here, my man. This is great.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought this would be a real good time for you and I to do a podcast, just because you and I have been talking. You know what I'm saying? But we never actually talked.
No, you're right, man. You're right. It's we done a little bit of work, and we done a lot of chit-chatting back and forth, but we've never really get to sit down and really hit it out. So this will be good.
Absolutely. It definitely will be good. So just to give everyone a background of Rod D, go ahead, Rod D. Your floor is yours. Who the hell are you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm just a little old East Coast Canadian boy who somehow managed to find his way into the hearts of the people south of Canada. No, I started out as a choir kid. Played a little bit of music growing up. Got into a little bit more music in high school. More music after high school, and eventually that led me to the great Bill Manspeaker, and hooked me up with Lazy D. And
wow.
Once you hook up with Lazy D, your whole world flips upside down.
Wow.
I mean, in the last year alone, I mean, meeting guys like you and everyone in the family, man, it's been great. It's been
absolutely. It's been
just
a lot of fun.
Dream come true, man.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a lot of fun, and just being able to work with you on the track that we did make and coordinating with future endeavors. It's been awesome. Definitely awesome to have you in my corner. That's for sure. And thank you again for joining us tonight.
Oh man, thank you.
Absolutely. I have one more guest that's going to be joining us tonight in this conversation. I have an underground sad boy rapper that's coming from Denver, Colorado. I'm working with him personally, and this kid, in my opinion, is a musical genius, and you guys have a lot to look forward to hearing this upcoming artist by the name of Broke Miles.
What's up, Miles?
Yo, Broke Miles, what's up, man? How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you guys?
Great.
Awesome.
Yo, so Broke Miles, I appreciate you joining us tonight. And just to give everyone, who the hell's Broke Miles? Let them know. Hit them with it.
Well, obviously I am, but I don't know. Like I personally don't really know how I got Broke Miles as a name. It was more of when I was writing stuff, and then keeping my original name that was pretty much taken by so many other people, and then working with a guy who wanted everything to be original, finding something that would click. It's
right.
That's
okay.
The name.
All right. So we've all been there as musicians, you know what I'm saying? We've all had that person that we worked with that tried to take over things, that was pushy, shovey, trying to make you change this, change that. And you're like, hold on, bro, I'm the musician. I'm paying for the studio time. Back the fuck up.
Hold up.
All right, gentlemen, I have some notes here. I know, awkward of me to have some notes. I have some notes here that we're going to go through, and this is going to be a good conversation because I feel in my position as of right now, I am kind of stuck in the middle. And why I say that is because Rod D has a lot of experience with touring, working with many different artists, going to different places, which I have not. And Broke Miles is still upcoming, still working on his first album. You know what I'm saying? So I have the best of both worlds right now. You know what I'm saying? So I want to kick off with our conversation about 2020 and the Underground Nation. I mean, purely the Underground Nation music. Rodney, we'll start with you. What challenges have you faced, and how are you overcoming them, bro?
Biggest challenge was I was supposed to tour the States heavy this year, and this was final. 2020 was the year, and I mean, a lot of people can say that, but for a lot of people, 2020 was a year that they were really supposed to start making their moves, and for me personally, it was crossing stateside. That got changed very quickly, and basically, it's kind of weird because I was super upset. We didn't get to do the Emily tour. We didn't get to do the Blaze You Dead Homie and Twisted tour.
What?
We didn't get to do all the stuff that we had set up, but it turned into NetFest on your couch,
right?
Which turned into more collaborating with more people, which turned into more collaborating with more people, which basically turned into me getting signed stateside and meeting a whole bunch of people like yourself. And honestly, as an artist, it sucked that I wasn't able to go play a bunch of shows, but I probably accomplished more this year work-wise, being at home, because you could spend the late nights doing all the extra work. So on one hand, it was like, I didn't get to do the shows, but I've been playing shows for so long that it was nice to sit down and, really work on some heavy stuff. And productively, I got sober at the first of the year. And first time
Congratulations.
Ever. I got just 10 months in now, and appreciate that. And I've got more done. I've got more done this year than I have in any other year, and it's crazy, man. Because like, no one expected this to come. I think we all hit the wall together at once.
Right.
So
hit fucking ran and smacked the motherfucking wall, fell back, and had to dust ourselves off a little bit. And like, let the dust settle. I see no future right now. You know what I mean?
The one thing I think about the underground that got lucky out of this, that there's still people playing shows right now because they're playing in small enough venues that you can get away with it. Anyone on the big scale is not doing anything besides working at home, doing these collabs, doing these cameos, doing all this stuff. Where, I mean, you guys got guys down there right now. Like up here, we're shut right down. There's nothing happening up here. But down there, like, you guys are still, there's still a lot of people playing shows and are still being able to do things, which at least even one show a month is enough to kind of keep people's attention span going, right?
Yeah, so, absolutely.
I don't think COVID's really affected the underground too much. If anything, I think it's made it bigger and put it way in more in the limelight. Oh, I can move that mic away. I just saw your thing there.
Right on. Well, man, that's tremendous, and that's a lot of things that people don't talk about, is like, what is the work that people be doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, when a musician says put in the work, what work could there possibly be? You know what I mean? I get a lot of criticism from people that just don't understand, the life of a musician, and they're like, what? You kick back, smoke weed, write to a dope beat, and what? I'm like, okay, now you do it.
Yeah, you do it, you record it, you mix it, you master it, and if you don't, you better learn to pay for it real quick, because is not an easy life.
Not at all. But I do believe investing, in your career, as in any business. That's any business. It doesn't fucking matter what a musician or a fucking donut maker. You know what I mean? But overall, the triumphs. I mean, like I said, we all kind of just smacked the wall. We had all these plans for 2020, and things got changed just like when the year started, like March, right? And like all of a sudden, we had to just freak out for a second. The whole world freaked out, that matter. But at that certain time, as a musician, we're thinking like, "Damn, how are we going to capitalize on this?"
Pay for it real quick,
right? And like all of a sudden, we had to just who's listening? Stop listening. The whole world freaked out, that matter. But at that certain time, as a musician, we're thinking,
My bad.
How are we going to capitalize on this? Yeah, got you.
My shit's being dumb.
Don't worry. Well, you know what? Now that you got our attention, Broke Miles. What have you seen? I mean, you're an upcoming artist. I mean, when we first started working together last December, right? We had a plan to get your album out. We had plans to get shows in. We just started doing shows, and then all of a sudden, poof, lights out.
Yeah, it was like it's cool. Like we're like how we're not even like by each other, and we're still getting work done and everything. But on top of it, like all the freaking like all the shows and stuff that could have been happening, like Raw D had a tour set, right? Like
right.
you were supposed to do tours and stuff, but like all that out of nowhere, like all this stuff's getting canceled. And like he said, like, yeah, you have all these underground artists who can still like do shows, but like because they're not filling up venues that big. But at the same time, it's like, where are these venues open? Like who is still trying to get people in to keep their venues open versus all these people who are just shutting down?
Right. And I can't really speak for other states. I can only speak for Colorado, and the Colorado. I mean, they a few weeks ago, we were really trying to get it back. You know what I mean? We were doing like 25, 30 people maximum inside the venue, had to wear masks, all that crap. But it started uproaring again, and a lot of venues thought that we were getting back on track, and then they had to retract. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, well, okay, we're getting it, boom. And a lot of things that Colorado's doing is we're putting on special, like what's the word for it? Private events, I guess you could say, a private event. Whereas me, for example, I'm doing my music. I'm inviting my people. It's invite only. You pay for your ticket, and X amount of people are going to be in there. And, I cover everything with security, booze. Usually those type of opportunities don't come with booze as you pay additional for it. It's more pricey. I'm going to say that. It's a lot more pricey. But if you have the money and you have the fan base, I can see it being something where you could probably break even with and still be able to have a good time and be able to get video for social media and creating more content, that kind of stuff. But it's really expensive. And like when I look at an artist like Broke Miles and he says, bounce, let's do a private event. And I had to look around and be like, all right, who are going to be the special 25, 35 people we could get in this venue and I'm going to pay for it and not freak out once they're in it. You know what I mean? That's another thing. Is like, what happens when you're in the venue, you're taking all precautions, and all of a sudden you're raging to the music and people start bumping into you, coughing. What's the feeling you're going to have?
Yeah.
I know of one private underground club that they are still doing shows. It's a punk and metal bar, but they have, like, as soon as people start moshing and everything, it's never been like this. Like, they've always been like super lenient about letting everything go, but right now, because of COVID and everything else, when everyone starts pushing around, their security's right there, and like, nope. Right now, we just can't have this. Enjoy the show, enjoy the music, enjoy the booze, but it's still COVID, and we don't need any reason for anyone to be upset. And some people just want to enjoy the show, and they're doing good. They're still maybe 1 or 2 shows a month, and It's working for them, but they're keeping the
Hey,
numbers. They're keeping the numbers low. They're only putting, I think, like 1 or 2 bands in. They're not packing the night with bands anymore. You know what I mean? So like you're changing things up, but it's keeping if it keeps your venue doors open instead of losing your whole hide, which a lot
right.
have. That's where we're
Yeah,
losing.
and I've seen a lot of venues that have tremendous reputations, and again, I can only speak for Colorado, but a lot of them are unfortunately shutting doors, man, just because they don't have the
Everywhere.
foot traffic as they once did, and those bars that were solely a bar, what I mean, just did no food whatsoever, just liquor, what I mean. Those are the ones that are suffering the most because the ones that had food, they at least had some kind of bounce back to it. But I really hope, and a shout out to all the venue owners out there worldwide, just because it ain't happening just where I'm at. It's the whole world. And, I really hope that everything falls back together, or you find a solution to keep your venue going. Man, it's just a lot. It's a lot to think about. But that's one thing that I want to see happen going into 2021 is that these venues start going back into order. They start getting foot traffic back in. It slowly starts coming back. But I still see it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be the same ever again. You know what I mean? We may have to put big, giant, bouncy bubble suits on, like you've been seeing floating around in memes and shit. I see that possibly being a real thing.
Man,
I'm sure someone's commenting. It is a real thing, dumbass.
You look at places where they've worn masks daily for years. You know what I mean? There are places in Asia and stuff where that's just the life now, and you deal with it. So I mean, for us to say that everything's going to go back to normal, I don't think it ever will. Personally, to what's normal to us, I don't think it is. I think we are all going to have to adapt and change, and you are going to see this kind of happen for quite a while. I don't think it's going to come back to normal for a long time, if it does. So the only thing you can really do is work with it. You can get sour,
Yeah.
everything else you want to do, but all it's going to do is just shut yourself down. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's definitely going to shut down. And Roddy, your audio you're fading away from me a little bit. You tuned down a little bit. Just want to let you know.
oh, I must have pulled my mic away a little bit too far.
All right, there you go. There you go. You're a heavy breather. Heavy breather.
I'm a heavy breather. All asthmatic, eh? You know.
Yo, real quick, shout out to Cannibal Twist. They just need a vaccine so we can normalize concerts. There's a lot of controversy with this vaccine. Yo, what up, Charlie? AME.
Charlie.
Talking about attempt to murder entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. They are in the building. They are sharing like crazy.
That's the homies. Right. That's how they do.
Absolutely. Ninjas in action. Whoa.
That's it.
Yo, but for real though, like, all right, so we're working around it. Now, we started doing live streaming, right? We're taking over live streaming a lot more. We're doing performances online, and some people like it, some people don't. And I think the people that don't like it are unfortunately the people that got either shitty equipment or the artist that's putting it on has shitty equipment. You know what I mean? Like some of these guys, like I did a live stream 2 weeks ago, and I had everything set up, to play my shit right through the computer, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, in the last second, they couldn't, let me connect into their platform. So I had to do it the ghetto way, play the music in the background and just rap over a fucking kid microphone that my kids use. I think it's a dope ass microphone though, but fucking. But yo, man, it was a charity event. I wasn't going to say no, so I rather show up and put on a performance and say I'm there. You got my support. But it's those type of positions where artists are like, "Damn, this is all I got, so I'm going to make it work." And then people tune in to watch, and they want to enjoy it because that's their boy. And all of a sudden, they're like, "I can't because it hurts. It just fucking hurts."
Yeah, that's like I'm doing a lot more playing guitar right now because I'm probably going to get back into doing more acoustic stuff because the only way I'm feeling I'm not going to get nabbed with a lot of stuff doing stuff on Facebook is like just playing acoustic sets and stuff like that. and I might have to get back into doing that because, like you say, like it's hard when you're doing the live stream, and if you're a lot of us have been thrown into this and had to figure it all out. Like what you got going on here, this is beautiful. Like I've just got I just got into start using like OBS studios and stuff, but I like what you're doing here. I love this, how you have everything like this and it's all through the site. And I mean, it's forcing us to get into these things and figure these things out. I think like if you do have the tools, you have the capability, but I think that's the same thing as anything in life. Like,
see, that's what mine did.
Dang it.
My speaker shut off. That's hilarious. Sorry, boys. So, I mean, you have like, you're not gonna go try to build a house with no tools. You mean so that's
shit?
that's
Watch
always,
me, dog. I'm a fucking Indian.
But the
we call those
say a lot of people are get upset, but like you said, it's a lot of people that don't have the capabilities of doing it or the quality. Right. So I mean, it's next evolution. You know what I mean? You had to buy PA gear once. You had to buy a microphone. You had to buy your stuff to plug your studio gear in. You had to buy this. It's just another piece of the puzzle. And if this is a route that we're gonna have to go, I mean, look how many people are coming and hanging out with you at these things. Right. We did a little live session there about a month ago, and in the first 24 hours there was 1,200 views. There's no way we were going to have that many people at a show.
Right. Absolutely. You know, I agree with that statement right there. That's the one. Is that, and that's the business that I was trying to lead us to, is that marketing. And before we go further, I just want to say one of the best marketers that I've ever worked with personally is Underground Nation magazine. You know why? It's because they have so diverse. We dive into horrorcore, we dive into rock and roll, we dive into so many different outfits. You know what I'm saying? They just released an interview with Jamie Madrox of Twisted on the newest edition. So make sure you tune in and check that out. Make sure you support us by going to patreon.com/UGN mag, MAG, magazine for short. But support us and you will get a digital, you can get a digital and a physical, or just a physical copy of the magazine every month delivered to you, directly to you, not beside you, not around you, directly to you, motherfucker.
I'm gonna have to get on that.
Marketing.
I need to get on that.
Broke Miles. You okay? Before you just heard Rod D talk about buying all these different things, right? And before we even got into this pandemic, as an upcoming artist, you were already talking to me about investing, you know, getting your own recording studio and getting all this other stuff. What now that you're kind of getting to the point where you're about to get official as a ongoing artist, what do you feel is the next step for you as an upcomer?
The next step for me would honestly try and just get more music out, try and practice like different flows, what I can do with different beats, experimenting like with what I have at the moment before I can go out and like get all these freaking like professional like studio looking stuff, which in all reality, like half of that stuff when I went to a regular studio wasn't even used. Like it was sitting there collecting dust. So like while I'm learning on what I have now, it's nothing that I have has dust on it because it's all being used. Everything I have at the moment is being used. Like I'm
amen to that.
I'm teaching like what Bounce was teaching me, like
that's so awesome.
In different studios, like I'm learning how to like record over recordings and like experiment like differently with what I can do with my voice and like how he can change it on his end, how he's got people who can like do something differently with that stuff I don't know how to do yet. So like eventually like maybe down the road, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, let me help you out. Let me get this started for you. Let me do this for you. Like
the best thing is if you're recording your own vocals, that's where it starts. because you're slowly just going to figure out your programs and how to overlay things and overlap things and do
And
all that
figure out
extra stuff.
yourself.
And every time you do a song and send it to bounce, there's going to be a little bit more to it. And then, you know what I mean, your first one's probably only had 1 or 2 or 3 tracks. I'm telling you, you wait a couple of years, you'll be sending stuff where like you'll have 20 different tracks and you'll have this going on and that, and you'll all of a sudden you'll look down and you go, well, god damn it, I know how to use this program apparently.
even just by like accidentally clicking something, like I've done this a couple of times. Like in the studio thing that I have, like you can actually like change like the auto tune of your voice, but like I haven't figured out how it works. But like I know how to get there now.
It's association.
That's the first.
Like I'm learning where different things are. So
YouTube will be your best friend. If you want to be like, how do I put a delay on my voice on Ableton Live 8 or whatever program you're using or whatever, right? And you wouldn't believe the things that'll come up for you, that it's just within 7 to 10 minutes you can just watch and you're like, bam, wow, I know how to do that now in my program. Then you want to figure out something else. It's, whoa. Boom. It's crazy.
I literally watched a tutorial the other day, just doing my animations and stuff like that. And I learned a tutorial about how to do something new. Literally 6 hours later, I earned $100 by doing that one skill I just learned 6 hours ago. Just saying, YouTube is the new college. No, for real though,
crazy.
There's kids in college that are sitting there on YouTube and they're documenting everything they're learning from that class. You can sit there with them and just like, dang, you paid $200,000 for this?
It's right now, because of the social media network, we have everything at our fingertips if you do the work. And that's that work that we're talking about. Everyone thinks that it's just, oh, you just go press play and record, that's it. No, you don't understand the hours of looking into your programs, updating your stuff, updating your hardware, updating your software, learning your software. All of a sudden you get a new piece. Well, that changes everything and you're right back to square one. And, and you're constantly, I call it my phone time. It's stupid. But if you don't do that, those hours a day, you'll get stuck behind real quick.
And you bring up another topic is that time management, bro. Time management. You just said it. You pick up your phone, you're sharing your music, you know what I mean? You're sending out your press kit to different agencies or promoters or whatever, right? But you get caught up in it. Sometimes I used to sit there on my phone like for 6, 7, 8 hours just promoting, sharing, linking, you know what I mean? And just networking with people. And I forget, like, damn, I need to write something. Like, dang, I haven't dropped something in a month.
Yeah, and you get caught up, but like it still all has to be done. You can't do one without the other and be productive. You can't.
I got Cannibal Twist. I only have Band Lab, and I have 2 tracks being moved. To be honest, I don't know much. I tune in to Bounce Ball Boogie Live to learn more ideas of how to go about my music. Hey, I appreciate that, dog. And I just started going live not long ago, like really fully dedicating myself back to Underground Nation magazine, and I'm going to be launching my own personal podcast for myself. But man, it's been a roller coaster, and like I told people in the last interview I did during our listening party, Broke, you were there, I started rapping. Like I knew I wanted to rap and do music in 4th grade. No fucking lie. Like I knew when I heard that Dr. Dre, The Chronic, when I heard Eazy-E come out with what the fucking name of the album, whatever, and Snoop Dogg dropped his shit, and they were beefing back and forth. Like that shit was like my life. Like, oh my God, they're like telling the story of everything I'm going through right now at this current moment. And that's what I wanted to portray, is I wanted people to know my story. You know what I mean? And I started flowing with it, but I didn't really start treating it like a business till 5-6 years ago. And I'm just now, 5-6 years later, just now starting to see the repercussions of what that work I put in 4 years ago is doing for me now. You know what I'm saying? So don't think, I mean, some people come up overnight, but they put in years of work to come up overnight. I'm telling you that.
Yeah. There's a band from here that has
Ooh.
blown up in Canada, and
Ooh.
they're called the Motor League. They're an underground rock band, or were, and they basically did their thing for like 4 years here, made it, and basically their tune that was really big is like a couple years old, but on a world stage no one knew them, so they basically had to start back at day one and like start releasing their stuff again, and like you're doing shows and stuff playing old songs, but because you were only a local band, like to everyone else you're huge overnight, but to everyone back home they've been playing these tunes for years, right? But not to the world. So like they started and I mean now they tour with like bands like the Headstones and like some other big crazy Canadian bands, and they go all over the world. But it was a lot of years grinding it out, and like you really knew that these boys were gonna go with it somewhere, because they didn't stop. They were doing the promo. They were doing everything right at every big show or every big thing that happened. They were somehow involved. You know what I mean? And you can get your way into those things. You just have to have the conversations.
Yeah,
push yourself. A lot of people are afraid to push themselves. Push yourself in. That's it. And a lot of people, like, if you're persistent, someone will give you a shot. You get on some compilations, you get on something, you get on a cipher, you get on anything, and all of a sudden the right person hears it, and it's just like, okay, you do this. Ooh, how about you do this? And it doesn't stop. But you can't stop.
And I can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
And I won't stop. Motherfucker, gonna give me B-boy out here, motherfucker. Say shaking them jelly rolls. God damn it,
man, you're looking good. You are working out like crazy, aren't you?
Yeah, like crazy, man. Just like you quit doing what you were doing, got sober. I quit eating when I was eating, and I'm getting thinner.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. You probably feel great.
And I'm just here riding the wave.
You're still young. You don't got to worry about that stuff yet. You got a long way to go. You can have all kinds of habits for the next 10 years.
Right. And then when you're 35, look back like, damn, where did I get this gut? Just out of nowhere. Just
I'm gonna have like Family Guy flashbacks, like, oh, I remember.
Remember that conversation we had on that podcast? You're like sitting there, oh, I'm so wasted. You got a set 15 minutes.
All it took was one kid, just one.
How'd your video go? Your video shoot?
With the basement.
Yes.
Bro, so
that was
Halloween 2 weeks before Halloween night. Let me correct myself. 2 weeks before Halloween night, we released the basement, in which I directed this video with ICU visuals. My boy Blackjack the Five Boy, he got in it. If you haven't seen this video, go to YouTube right now and search Bounce Ball Boogie, just like you see it on my hat. BOOGIE, Bounce Ball Boogie. Or wait, I have a little screen thing about that. But fucking go to the YouTube and check out Basement. And this video is a straight up horror movie, bro. It's straight up horror movie. And it came out way better than I thought it was going to in real life. I had a Broke Miles being an actor. He acted dead. His girlfriend was down there. He had a whole bunch of boys. I had fucking Purple E-Rock dressed up in his fucking, I don't know what the hell that thing was. A Dickies get-up suit and fucking, he had a ski. Oh, it's a fucking movie. It's a movie.
So this is the way you're gonna go with your videos now?
No, I try to do
his artist.
I try and I suggest this to every artist, is I don't try to do the same thing twice, at least back to back. And even if I did do it twice, it wouldn't be like the same, unless it's it's like a straight remake. And even if I did remake it, it wouldn't be the same. Anyway, I don't want to get into the specifics, but I'm saying what I'm saying is I try to diverse everything from every video to every song. I try to diverse into different scenarios, talk about different subjects, and that's why I really fell in love with horrorcore, is because I could fall into these different subjects. I could talk about how sad and painful I feel today. I could talk about how hateful I feel today. You just want to rip your fucking hair off. Or I could just back up and do straight up hip hop shit. I want to talk my shit, and it's just really about being yourself. And I think that's probably the hardest part for me has been. And like you commented me doing the workout thing and being able to go live and letting people see me shake my big ass belly around, like, bro, like that takes a lot of cojones. Like, I'm just saying, it takes a lot for me to do that shit.
That's one of your most vulnerable positions. You know what I mean? And like to share that with the world, that's, people don't get like how much confidence that takes, and it's like, good on you. Like I love watching your videos when you're doing that, because like stuff like that takes big balls, man. And like you got to be able to push yourself. You really have to be able to push yourself and not be afraid of what's going to happen.
No, absolutely. And here, and everyone that works with me at Underground Nation magazine, we all can agree that we admire every artist, all the hard work you put in. You know why we admire them the most for all the hard work is because they get more rejections than almost anyone I've ever met. Like both of you both have been rejected so many times from approaching promoters, approaching venues, approaching artists to get collaborations on. You've been hurt. You've been told no so many times, but yet you keep going, you keep pushing, you keep looking for that opportunity, you keep looking for that crack in the wall and slide your ass right through it. You know what I mean? In musicians this year, I think personally, that's been the biggest thing for all of us. It separated who's real and it separated who's not. And I think that's what my most favorite thing about social media is that you get exposed really quick. Like if you're bullshitting me, it's gonna show. You know what I mean? You say you're gonna draw me something, you draw it comes back, and it's like this look nothing like your other thing did. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, stop it.
Call out culture right now. If you like, you better not fuck up on social media, because people, oh my god, the stuff that's happening on social media, like people are so tense. They're waiting for that. Ooh, just I wish a motherfucker would.
It's so funny because when people like they wait and like, oh, nothing's gonna happen, and then out of nowhere it's like, well, you said this. There's screenshots of you literally saying this to this person, like,
right. And then people go put up the screenshots, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
then everybody's like in your private messages, like, dude, you're a piece of shit. Why didn't you do this? Blah, 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 blah. Then like out of nowhere, you're like, bro, what the hell even happened? Like this was literally less than an hour ago.
You can go to sleep and wake up 8 hours later and all hell's broken loose.
And you don't even know what the hell about until you actually like go through and you're like, what did I even do?
Hold on, what did I say to this guy?
Things happen.
For real though. Like I could have slipped on this podcast and someone's just waiting for me to mess up just so they could call me out on it. Like, yo, Bounce Ball's being an asshole. Go to 2 minutes and 42 seconds. See it right there for yourself, fucking dickwad. And I'm just like, dang, bro. Really? Just like that?
Why you gotta be like that, calling me out? But it's so true though. Like, how many messages have you got in the last 9 months? Do you need any cover art? Do you need any artwork?
Oh my god, dude, those guys ruin me. They ruined me.
I've gotten that over like the moment people even like old friends that I have, the moment I found out, like they found out I was making music, it was quick. Hey, do you want me to feature with you? Hey, are we friends still? Hey, let's do this. Hey, yo, do you need this? It's like, Bro, where the hell were you when I was like almost in my grave? Like,
Right.
Oh, those are the close people. That gets even worse. I'm talking about these people that, like he said earlier, about you pay for the artwork and then all of a sudden something comes and
Right.
you know it's not. There's so many people that are hitting up inboxes right now trying to get money out of artists for nothing, and
Yeah.
it's not, and like
Nothing.
you can literally show on your profile that it says you're a graphic designer, and these guys will be like, "Oh, do you need any cover work done?" And it's like, well, if you paid any attention to my profile at all, you'd know that A, no, I don't. B, I do it myself. You probably don't either, and you're picking up pictures on the internet, and you're gonna send me
Right.
something that's not worth my money. And people are getting
Right.
ripped off like crazy this year.
it's funny because like now that you say that, I actually look. The last message I got from like a graphic designer was a little less than a week ago. And like,
Oh my gosh.
I asked him, hey, can you send me like things of show me some things you worked on? An edited monster logo is not what you show anybody.
Like the drink.
Yeah. Like I don't really like know how to explain it. It was like, you know, the Venom energy drink.
So he photoshopped
Yeah.
a Monster Energy drink and called himself a graphic artist.
Pretty much, he like mixed it with like the Venom energy, and I was like, dude, what is this? And he's like $100, and I can give you like this type of art.
Yeah,
and I'm like, really?
Ridiculous price, like $100.
Wow.
Like,
dude, for $100, you can get some dope ass tunes from my boy Nos Insidious, just like the ones you see down here. See that bad boy right there? See that Frankenstein? Nos Insidious. Hit him up. This boy drew that. You know who's another dope artist? Psycho Sane. Psycho motherfucking Sane. That boy could get down. He did the designs for my Halloween merch drop, in which you have 10 more days to get that. I extended it for you lazy bastards, so go get it, okay? Yeah, I called you bastards. How many minutes? 30 minutes and 43 seconds. Go call it.
Bastards.
Bastards. Lazies.
Corey.
But really though,
and
Psycho Sane,
Justin
that motherfucker get down.
Oh, he drew that picture of me that I'm like this. He drew that. He drew that in an evening, and he sent me this stuff, and it was just like he did parts of my tattoos that he noticed to a T and everything else. Like he did my hand tattoo on my hand better than the tattoo artist did the hand tattoo on my hand.
Damn.
I love that shit. I love that shit.
And
I love
these
it.
guys, they pay attention. Like you look at that Frankenstein of Bounce, like that is Bounce. Like his cheeks, his eyes, like that is him to a T. Like it's
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
and these guys that don't normally have all this time to do all these artwork because they're busy either touring or recording, I think it's helped a lot of them develop other artistic skills. And that's the thing about art, is that as an artist, you got to remember that you're not just a musician. You're creating. You got to create a whole, and it's an experience. And if you don't give them the whole experience, people are like, eh.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like Bounce. I honestly, man, I study like your pages and your algorithms and stuff like crazy, because like you know how to hit people with videos, and you're really good at it, and you draw some crazy numbers, man. And it was the first thing I noticed about you, and I was just like, I've got to watch it how he does this. I got to see what he's doing, because it's those keys that you need to pick up on, that like just how to grab all these things, and
Right.
it's those needed extra little bits that really
Yeah, well,
help.
that's what I do, man. Like on a daily basis, all I do is study analytics. I don't mean just for myself. I mean for me, my clients, which I have a pretty extensive list. Shout out to everyone I work with. Whoop, whoop. But for real though, like analytics. So say for example, you Roddy gave me access to your social media and your YouTube, right? And all I do is sit back, and you could use my software that my wife and I put together, coded it, and you could enter all your social media, your YouTube. And the first month is just you fucking around, just just doing what you do right now, right? But the second month, the third month, the analytics start coming back. And guess what we start learning? We start learning what type of posts you should be putting out at this time of day because your audience wants it. We start learning what type of post your audience wants at this certain time of day, on what time of the month. Those type of things. You really want to, when they say target your audience, I really help you target your audience, like to a T. And that's where I started saying, I push to the US, but I focus a lot to other countries because other countries, they're behind us musically. So like when they hear Bounce Ball, they're like, damn, this fool's motherfucking Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? And that's how I ended up doing the theme song to the Bhutanese fighting challenge thing out there, because I was reaching out to them. They're like, bro, you're big out there. Like, yes, I am. You know what I mean? And I get those opportunities because I'm reaching out to them and no one else is.
That's just it. And the numbers prove it. Like, that's the thing, when you look at your page and you see your numbers versus a lot of other artists' numbers, man, there's a big fucking difference there, bro. I know you're just about to hit that 1,000 subscribers coming up soon, and I imagine you're super pumped for that. But like,
super pumped,
man, and that's crazy. Like, that's so hard to get. But like, looking at your individual videos too and seeing some of the counts on them, and it's just like, it just blows my mind. And you have figured out that 57 flavors, you know what I mean? And it's it's obviously working for you. So it's really good that you reach out and that you're hitting just other demographics than just what's around you, because that's really
absolutely. This is entertainment, man. Everybody wants to be entertained, and they're all looking for something new. That's what the most powerful thing about the internet is, that you can find something new every day if you're searching for it and you're looking for it. You know what I mean? I could find Broke Miles right now if I'm looking for it. I could be fucking around in the most horrorcore 666 section and find the Rap Kaiser. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden I'm bumping the Rap Kaiser all motherfucking day, also from Attempted Murder Entertainment. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. It hurts. It hurts every time we do it. It hurts every time. I'm like, this was so close to kicking off. But we won't get into that. That's an inside thing. But shout out to Rap Kaiser and Attempted Murder Entertainment one more time. How many times I got shout out at Attempted Murder Entertainment? All right, that's the last time.
I give it another 4 minutes tops.
All right, 4 minutes, and I'll drop you again.
I know Joe's not complaining.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's God. Crying. Kaiser's crying.
Oh man, just like me, our bellies are just shaking. Oh fuck. What up, Jay? What's good, dog? Share this one time for me, homie. Oh my God, Jay got to be coming up on his mixtape or the song, the cipher, all about different shit that's happening in the world. You know, like with I'm doing a zombie apocalypse and the end of the world type stuff, and it's gonna be an awesome cipher. It has artists that I really never really heard of, and we're all networking together, getting to know each other. It's pretty fucking awesome. So stay on the lookout for that. You could just go to bounceballboogie.com, subscribe to my mailing list, and learn all this freshness that's coming up. It's going to be freaking phenomenal going into 2021.
I just got the beat sent to our new cipher to me today from the blasphemous Bill Cox himself.
No.
We have put together. I'm not.
Oh God! I said it.
I can't say too much, but we are putting together a Forever Face Alley cipher full of hooligans, most of which I've never met, and it's amazing. You stay tuned for this because it's gonna shake you, bro.
Oh my gosh. Is there any way I could get notifications for upcoming stuff from you?
Yeah, we've got the YouTube, we've got the I have the Raw D. You'll have to search Raw-D on YouTube. We have Facebook.com/RawDane and at RawDane on Instagram. The Attempted Murder Entertainment distro has just begun to get all set up, so soon you're going to have everything through there. Right now you can go to the Attempted Murder Entertainment YouTube as well. We've got some stuff on there. But basically the Facebook is the place to stay updated for right now.
There you go. Just like you said, search him up, Raw D. So, but I think, and I'm going to take this back to you, Broke Miles, but I think this is the best time for an upcoming artist to really get their foot in the door. Because like we're talking about, like right now, right? We're talking about analytics, we're talking about social media, and really that's what promoters and talent booker people, talent buyers, what do you call them? Talent buyers. They're all looking for people that have a hit social media wise. Like who's pulling attention, like real attention, not paid for, fucked up, dumb attention. Trust me, we notice the difference. And just now we're on that topic, I just want to give a shout out to Jesus Payan. Have you guys heard of Jesus?
Our Lord and Savior.
I didn't have to be the one to say it.
Jesus, he's going to do this radio show, and I hope he brings it back. It's called Breaking Bread with Jesus. And if you don't know who Jesus Payan is, he is in the television show Breaking Bad, and he played Gonzo, the big Mexican in the gang with Tuco. But he came out and did a whole podcast with me, and it was a really controversial podcast we did. I won't go into it, but we did that, and I just dropped a picture of him and I from that day, and that shit went crazy. Got 500 some likes, and all of a sudden every post I'm doing after that is getting 200-300 likes. So shout out to Jesus Jr., Jesus Payan. You're the motherfucking man. Thank you for putting me on. I hope it lasts. I'm gonna ride the wave, brother. I'm gonna ride that wave.
You got to ride those waves, bro. You have to.
That's what I told her. That's why I got 6 kids, boy.
Oh my god.
It's funny when you find those ways, right? And like, I was having a hard time forever getting people watching my stuff, like getting attention how I wanted to on Facebook. And I learned the weekly lives with a lot of the smoking videos and stuff.
Hello, girl in the back.
I'm saying hi.
You have a kitty.
Oh, this is the link.
Hey, let him stroke his pussy if he wants to, okay? Leave him alone.
And yeah, I basically learned when and how to do the lives. And I mean, I'm doing live videos now, and within a week, some of them are up to 20-some hundred views.
There you go.
You
Hit those algorithms. Create the algorithm.
That's just it, right? And the more that when you find those spots and you do it repetitiously on those times, it ends up working out better for you. People get used to it. Like there'll be times like people will message me if I miss like a Friday night, they'll be like, "Are you like not going live tonight?" And it's just like I'm just I'm like, well, I mean, I can. Oh, I'm all rolled up waiting for you to do your hour. All right, let me get some things together.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's those type of listeners and fans or whatever you want to call them, man, that really push me personally, like to keep going further, to keep getting better and better and better, not just music wise, but business wise. And that's where a lot of artists kind of look at me with an awkward eye, like, bro, how come you're popping off and I'm not, and my music's better than yours? And I'll admit it, like, yeah, bro, your shit's better than mine, way better. You got auto-tune, you got badass features, but you don't got 5,000 followers on Spotify, dog. And then they're like, what? Well, how do you? And I'm like, marketing. 90, or what was it? 90% business, 10% talent. Live by it.
Yep. And it's true. Like, it's crazy, man. I can get up on Facebook and there's a few people that flood my feed without flooding it annoyingly with just the right stuff. And you're one of them. You know what I mean? You always know what you're doing. You know when there's new videos coming out. You know when there's new features. You know when there's this. You know when there's that. You're doing your thing at home with your family. You're showing that side of you. And it's just you learn the bounce ball life, and it's just like yeah, it's good, and it works for you, and that's where people need to pick up on that stuff. Like it's more than just the music. It's way
Right.
more than just the music.
And that's where a lot of messages I get are people are, you know, cheering me on, thanking me for doing that kind of stuff. Because I mean, I mean, let's face it, especially in the rap world, there's a lot of young people having babies, and they look at me and they're like, "Bro, how do you do it, man? You got 6 kids, dog. How the fuck you do it?" And I'm like, "Bro, I just do it. I don't know. I stay dedicated. I stay loyal. You know what I mean? I follow through with my responsibilities. It sucks. I hate adulting."
You obviously have a very supportive wife.
Oh, yes. Shout out to beautiful Mercer's Mayhem, which is sponsoring this podcast tonight. Now that you bring her up, she is sponsoring this podcast. Now I got to do the drop. Hold on, Roddy.
Drop.
Bring it to you. Designs by Mayhem. Do you have a woman? Do you have a sister? Maybe a grandmother? Maybe you're a drag queen, but you need your press-on nails, so make sure you go over to Designs by Mayhem. Designs by Mayhem.
I
There you
found
go.
a
Go to
lady.
Designs by Mayhem. Hey, Tez.
They say hi.
Hi.
This have been a good time to have for you to have a pair of her nails on. Like, that's right, bitches. That's right.
You don't
That'd
want to
have been
know.
dope.
You don't want to know how many fake press-on nails I got around the house right now.
See, your daughters love them. Your wife loves them. Okay, that's it. Designs by Mayhem. I won't say it again. Designs by Mayhem. Designs by Mayhem.
Times 30.
And that's the biggest thing. If you're going to get anywheres in this, you need to have supportive people around you. If you've got people like Miles said earlier, like all these buddies of his that come out of the woodwork all of a sudden because he's doing things, like where were you a couple of years ago? Like your core should be supportive of you in your good times and your not good times, because it's not always good times with music. It's not. It's fucking gruesome. It can get nasty.
It's gruesome.
It can. You know it.
It's funny because like all of these random people who are like, bam, I've been there from the start. No, you haven't. Like the only one who's actually been there from the start, and you can ask Balance, he's been here since she has been here since the moment like I released my first song.
She's my day one. She's
And,
my
like-
A1. She's my day one. There you go. The upcoming track.
Go.
He's straight to the high note. Oh. There you go. I'll let that hang there a little bit.
For real though, she's been there from like the start, the first release to my most recent. She has been there, and like once I started working with Bounce, it's only getting better versus what I was going through. Like
Yes.
everything's, I'm seeing a lot of improvements in myself and like in his music as well. Eventually, like when I'll start listening to you, like your stuff will like progresses more than what it is. Eventually, all it just takes is like being around the right people.
You will find, especially where you're young, especially in the next couple of years, people are going to fall in and out of your life musically, but the ones that are really there to help you are going to be there. And it's those people that you really need to kind of remember and rely on, because it's always awesome when you're working with new people and collabs and everything else. But don't forget who helped you get to where you were and who was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it goes both ways. So when it's your time to scratch the back again of the people that brought you up, you know what I mean? Maybe on their way out, you're gonna want that work both ways. That world works both ways, and that's in a good working relationship. it will work that way.
Yep.
Absolutely. Let's go clap for that one. That was well said. Well said. And you know, now that you bring that up, man, I mean, me personally, my mother has never been to not one show. I tried to show her music when I was young. It got shunned. It was like, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to see about it. And to this day, it's still kind of messing with me mentally. I was like, dang, I got other people's moms thanking me for helping their son or their daughter through whatever they're going through. And then I got my own mom like, that's the devil music, boy. I don't support you at all. Take your ass to
No,
church.
I see what mom you have. You got the water boy mom.
That's it. That's it. The water boy mom.
It's called the church mom. I got the same one.
That
and
girl
music,
is the devil.
That Rod D boy you're hanging out with, he's the devil.
Bars were never my parents' thing. When I stopped playing music in the church in my early teens, that's when they weren't really worried about what I was doing musically, other than me. We'll leave it at that.
Bam.
Hey, well, at least you didn't have to ban your mama like Kevin Woodworth there. You got to ban her. Like, whoo, I'm done.
Kevin Woodworth is my banjo buddy from Hawaii. And you want to see this guy pluck a guitar. He will sing you.
This guy.
He's one of a
That
I think we're losing Rod D. I think we lost Rod D. He's frozen. Yo, all right. So, well, he unfreezes. Broke Miles. I mean, it's been a lot. All right. So from December going to January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. I don't know why I just had to count that. I was stupid. Like December to December, stupid. 11 months. Anyway, that was a stupid moment of mine. 11 months. You just working with me, thriving, pushing me through. What do you see happening going into 2021? Not just for yourself, but other upcoming artists.
2021. Man, if I were a fortune teller. I feel like a lot of like upcoming artists are still gonna go through and like kind of have like the same issue we're having now. But like you said, how some artists don't like doing the like live stream things. Like me being one of them. Because like that, like,
you're live streaming right now, you asshole.
Well, no, I mean like performing like on live stream, like because like yeah, you said they have like shitty equipment and everything, but like at the same time, it's looking back here, that's not how shows were. Like if you look at an old, let's say, XXXTentacion show, he's in a crowd, he's interacting with everybody, he's happy. Like you see his emotions in his music. On top of how happy he is with all his fans. Like upcoming artists, like if this continues and venues are still closing, it's going to be hard for us to keep that going. But at the same time, if we do just keep pushing, eventually everything will open up and bam, like all those people that we gained online and all those people who've like friended us and talked to us and everything, they're eventually going to be like, oh, he's hitting the stage. I want to buy a ticket to go see him.
Right. And that's going to reflect right back to like what Kevin Woodward is saying here. Good luck with the upcoming shows, lockdown recordings. I can feed off the energy. And I mean, a lot of great songs are being made right now. Just talking about the realness of what's happening in the world, you know what I mean? And hold on. Wait.
I'm on top.
Place.
I'm on top.
My cat smashed the router.
Yeah, pussy.
Blame the pussy.
Pussy fight.
God damn it, kitty.
There was a pussy fight.
God damn it, kitty. That's my router.
And you're right, Mark. I mean, even for karaoke, I would like a crowd, and that's something I try to, try to think about. Is just having fun. You're in the comfort of your home. You have technology now where you could have your own light system. Check it out. You know what I mean? You could have your own lights. It looks like a freaking Mexican club up in here. And I mean, you could do all these different cool things. You know what I mean? Just to make shit awesome. And it's just really about you just kind of stepping out of the box, stepping out of your comfort zone and trying new things and being willing to fuck up, being willing to fuck up live in front of people and be willing to take the shit for it.
That and like a lot of upcoming artists now, like, yeah, they're gonna be like, they're gonna see like all their flaws. Like eventually, I am happy to be on top. I was in the bottom the last stream. Okay, so I moved up a couple years. I got a couple years. I have a penthouse. Like,
I gotta say something. The guy that said that, Mark Duso, is also known as General Deuce. He runs my street team. He's one of my longest time friends from up here, man. And right back to the people that have always supported you from day one. Like, I've known this kid since we were like 6, 7 years old. You know what I mean? And he's got a couple years on me. So that you will have those people your whole life, and they will come in and make moments like that for your life. And it's just great.
Absolutely. Those are the ones that, like I said earlier, really inspire you. You know what I mean? To like, damn, I can do this way better. And I think the hardest part is being patient. You know what I mean? Like people, like you said earlier, want to come up overnight, or they're looking for a handout, or they're waiting to be discovered. I'm like, that's not a thing anymore. Getting discovered is like a rare thing. And even if you do get discovered, it's probably a fucked off deal. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're going to do it, get a lawyer. That's what I'm going to say.
Yep.
yeah,
I've been a musician a long time, and I really wasn't, no one in the States even knew who I was till I was 35. You know what I mean? And now we're back at square one with now we got a whole new group of people that we get to show everything to, and it's push harder and push further. And the amount of work you did to sustain yourself in your local area, you can't do that same amount of little work and sustain yourself in a bigger area. As you grow, your work grows, and that's where your teams grow and where you start creating groups with people. I can tell you've obviously worked with Bounce for quite a bit now, and that's probably very beneficial for you because you have a lot of things at your fingertips that a lot of young artists don't have, having a guy like Bounce in your corner. And a lot, that's the thing. What I'm trying to do here is I want to leave a better path for young musicians than the bullshit garbage I had to go through living in a spot where there isn't a lot of live music. So it's really pick and chosen who gets to play and what types of music are played and what genres are popular and which ones aren't. And young musicians aren't given a chance. And unless you've got the money to pay to play, a lot of people don't play. So it's all about kind of leaving that footprint that's a little bit easier for the next group to come through, right?
And those that know me, that's how I came up, was paying to play. Which, just like Broke Miles, upcoming artist, you don't know, right? You approach the venue, the promoter, like, yeah, I'll book you $350. You know what I mean? And like in my mind, I'm like, that's outrageous. But then they give me a handful of tickets and they're like $10 each. Here's 50 of them. You go sell them for 10 each. That's 500. So I'm like, I just made my money back with some extra. And that's how I started making a name for myself locally, is going out there, selling them, getting a crowd in. And even if they didn't show up, I still had the money. You know what I mean? Like it all worked out in the end. Every single time that I put myself on a pay to play opportunity. And I think a lot of artists get mad because they don't go out there and interact with people, which I'm sure is going to be hard now. But I wasn't scared to go out there, find a complete stranger, put my song in front of them and say, what do you think of this? And then put the ticket in their hand and back up in like $10, 2 for $20 right now. You know what I mean? And just all about it every time.
And it works. And like you say, at that point, it doesn't even matter if they show up. You've sold your ticket. You've sold yourself. You've done your job. You make your money off that, right? And there's pay to play that's beneficial to you. Up here, like, I get what you're saying, like, and I've paid to play, like, do the Emily tour and all that shit. But there's like, here the music's run by the government. It's weird. We're not even going to talk about it.
Like, wait, that's a whole other podcast, ain't it?
We're not even going to talk about it.
When that comes, call me in because I'm interested.
But like, when I'm talking pay to play, like, you're talking like the same bands up here do the same things and get all the shows because their money is all going to this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like what you think about pay to play venues and everything else. It's a little different, and there's beneficial pay to play, and then there's just corporate bullshit, which is not needed for, especially when a lot of kids can do this themselves and they just need a guidance where people want to take them and just take all your money and really get you nowheres. And like, I've seen bands with 25,000 Facebook likes and they can't get 50 people at their fucking show because they're paid for Facebook likes. It's not wholesome. They're not people that are engaging with the band. They're not buying albums. They're not purchasing singles. They're not buying t-shirts. Sure, your page looks amazing, but it's not real. So like,
But Kevin has a quick question for you, Rod D. Do you have to promote the narrative in Canada?
Do I have to promote, like, what do you mean?
The narrative. Ooh, Kevin, deep, bro. Boom, boom, boom. I'll let you guys both sit on that. Yep, wholesome. What do you say? Yep, wholesome. I love my horses and Jesus. Okay.
Not much. No hip hop happens where I live. We'll just leave it at that.
What kind of town is it? Rock and roll?
Country, cover bands. Little bit of rock.
So we'll make a country cover band. We'll make some money.
It's the type of place that you could put your heart and soul into something. You could get up on stage with your band or something at an open mic and just blow some crazy tune out of the water, and people will be like, you know any Sweet Home Alabama?
I can do a hip hop version of that.
You said something,
Alabama.
You said something earlier that when you hit other countries, it's because they're behind musically, and it's so true. Canada is so far behind musically, behind the United States. It's not even funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, most of the hip hop clubs would be underground clubs, and usually get shut down for being illegal pretty quick.
Yeah, you dang gangbangers.
That's what I find funny about music nowadays, is because like you have all these all old rappers who are like gangsters, like they're certified gangsters and shit, and then out of nowhere you're getting Bounce. You're not gonna like me for this, but you're getting artists like 6ix9ine, and then like out of nowhere, bam, I'm a certified gangster. Like, where the hell did you even come from, bro? Like, where did you even like? Hey, I got jumped in. I got this. Blah 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 blah. I had to do this. I'm certified. La la la. But like out of nowhere, you're like, just where did all of your like inner gangster even come from? If people looked up at you, like some gangsters are college graduates and shit, but like if you're dropped out and you work at McDonald's for like 8 years, oh, I'm a gangster. No, bro, you're like on SoundCloud with like 5 likes. That don't make you a gangster. Just because you can go out and buy a gun, that does not make you a gangster. So out of nowhere, why are you assuming your music's gonna just boom because I'm a gangster in my freaking thing. I'm a gang member for this piece.
So basically, the person you're describing is the person I was referencing earlier. That's like, Bounce, how's your music doing this when my shit's better than yours? I got more mainstream music. I got like auto tune stuff. I got bigger features. You know what I mean? I got this. I got that. But you know what you don't got is the drive. You know what I mean? And you don't got the business skills, and you're not willing to work with other people. You think everyone's out to get you for your money. You think everyone's out to scam you. But then you reach out to Underground Nation magazine and find that there's ways that you could promote yourselves in a in a great format with other big name features included, like Jamie Madrox. He's in the magazine right now. You're about to do a song with Billy Cox from Alazuelu. You know what I mean? Those things are happening because we push through, man. And that's a lot of things that these upcoming artists, rappers, I guess we're talking about rappers right now, right? These rappers, they get called out so quick and they fall so fast because they're portraying someone they're not, and that drives me nuts, and it drives them nuts inside. And when they try to do it, that's when they fall, and that's when they get mad at people like us and try to look for someone to blame.
Well, that goes back to what you said earlier about when you were growing up and you were listening to Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and all this, and you lived it. Like I think you're a couple years older than me, and so you probably remember like all that gangster rap and everything that happened around the Rodney King trials and everything else. But it's reality what they lived. Like those boys were hard as fuck and lived that way because they had to. You know what I mean? Like this new persona of these new gangster rappers don't know anything else but having their $100 Nikes for them by their parents and all the media gadgets in the world, and they can be whoever they want to be online. So you can play these quote unquote gangsters, but the reality difference is the other boys were gangsters first, then rappers. These new age kids are rappers turned gangster. You know what I mean? There's no life. It's just, it is what it is, and it's
right.
They just all rat on each other anyways. So
yeah, yeah,
like
that's All right, go ahead.
The way, like, if you look at the like rap game now, and like how you have all these different gang members and everything, like, no, like, okay, from growing up, I grew up where people still threw hands. You get into a fight, you're throwing hands, or you can talk it out, or if it gets physical, that's the route you took. Nowadays, like, out of nowhere, bam, someone got shot because he got shoved. And it's quick.
Right.
Like not too long ago, I was seeing this post on Facebook about a guy, I'm not going to name names out of respect for this guy, but like out of nowhere, he hit the floor and then bam, like gone. And it's quick. And like for no apparent reason, like literally you could have just knocked him on his ass. Okay, I'm better than you. I whooped your ass. You win some, you lose some. That's how I was raised. Versus like now it's oh, you're shoving me. Guess what? You got a freaking shotgun shell in your chest. Like
that sounds like 1991 all over again.
Like that's how the music is. Like people are taking it like more out of music. Like you go from like old music where people are running their mouth over diss tracks and everything to automatically, oh, you're running your mouth on me. Watch this. We're gonna pull up in freaking with like 4 different cars and shoot you with the shit ton of AKs. Like
no one knows how to do proper diss tracks and go back and forth and make money off it anymore.
Right. I mean,
you have the opportunity
go ahead.
To A, you hate this person, but B, if you guys can spit back and forth enough to get enough attention, even bad attention is good attention.
It's promo.
You're growing your own clout. Like you're growing, like this person's bigger than me. So if he disses me, bam, that's making me bigger. So if I'm going to fire back with my fans, they look at his music and then bam, out of nowhere, you two are like best friends. Like,
right. And that's why we had to bring him up again. 6ix9ine, he was supposedly reaching out to other artists to pay them just to beef with them, make a fake beef to gain clout and that type of entertainment. It's entertainment for sure, because people like drama, and people that are talented like say you and me, Roddy. I'm pretty sure you and I could go back and forth to dissing each other all day long, just clowning each other's mamas and calling each other's all all the dick fucks and bitch ass motherfucker cock sucking dick white bitch motherfucking face mustache wearing, that type of shit all day long. You pussy rubbing, kitty licking.
I couldn't even do it.
Marijuana dripping.
I could not write a verse about you like that and even get through it, recording it without laughing my ass off. I sound like the whitest, worst rapper from Canada you'd ever heard. Trying to make.
I'm trying to tear your head right now. Fucking A.
But people have
change the lighting. You can't tell now. Woo!
People have lost that edge and have lost how working, like you said, they want to go right to fighting. And like we had a guy go at me and a couple of the guys in our label. I'm not gonna say names there, but a month ago, and I ended up with a 30-day ban over the whole ordeal and everything else. But at first we thought it was going to be this beautiful back and forth, and he wanted it, and we were like talking on the side and everything else. He's like, yeah, like we'll push back and forth, whatever. And then as soon as everything started happening, he just bounced straight off. And then it was like, well, that's it.
Like, well, that's a knee slapper.
Yeah, I thought there was. I'm waiting for the 4th of July, and I got the friggin' annual friggin'. Oh
man! My God!
Or drummers or beatbox operators, musicians, keys, yes, percussion.
All right, boys. I don't think I got much longer. I'm looking at my time.
All right, to do a little beatbox. I don't know if you picked that up or not. All right, I know, Roddy. We said 8:30 Mountain Standard Time. That's like 1 o'clock your time. That's 1 o'clock Canada time. Far Eastern Canada.
I'm going to bed.
Now, what part of Canada are you in? Remind me. Toronto, right?
No, I'm in New Brunswick.
New Brunswick?
I'm on the other side of Maine.
Bro.
East side of Maine.
New Brunswick. I got to go out there. I got it.
We'll take you out on a boat. Go see some moose.
All right, moose and fucking lobster.
Moose and lobster.
All right, Roddy. All right, we're coming to our last 5 minutes of the podcast, and it was a great time. I know we don't want to say goodbye, but unfortunately, we have to. Yes, shout out to everyone in the Atlantic time zone tuning in to this podcast at Underground Nation Magazine. Roddy, what would you want to say as your final blessings? Any advice you want to give to artists in 2021? And any last, do you?
Don't let COVID get you down. And
don't get you down.
Don't let it get you down. And just keep pushing through and adapting, because things are changing, and how things are being done are changing. So, I mean, it's happened before, and when everything switched to the online mode, you know what I mean? It's always been changing, so this is just another way. And I think social media is probably going to save the day for musicians in the end, because without it, we'd be definitely screwed.
Right, right. And that's what I wanted. Oh, yeah, I don't supposed to give you time to shine, but just real quick. a lot of people are talking about Facebook banning music, right? Well, they're not banning music. What they are banning is people playing that mainstream bullshit, okay? That's what they're banning. It's the mainstream not wanting you to play them and not paying them. That's what it is. But underground artists like Bounce Ball, Rod D, Brooke Miles, and I'm sure you know a million others. You could you could play their music, share their pages, and just give them props on top. Give them props. All you gotta do is link them on top. Say this music is by Bounce Ball Boogie, and guess what? Facebook would be like, cool, it's Bounce Ball song.
Yep. And it's free, it's easy to do, and it's super easy to help out. So as a fan or friend or family member, right now is when musicians need your support the most. I mean, it's been hard enough the last couple of years getting people out to shows, and we know that. We know the finances aren't there. We know the way the world's going. But right now, you can really, really help out your musicians simply by sharing their music, liking their music. If you can, buy a Bounce Ball t-shirt while you got 10 days left to get it. Get the, you know what I mean? Get the Broke Miles single, get this stuff, and help these, especially young artists. I mean, if you could throw a young artist $10 just to help them out, like, it doesn't take much for he gets 5 of them, he's got himself a beat, or he's got himself a feature, he's got himself something, and it really doesn't take much, but the little bit it does help. So any way you can help out your family and your artists right now, hit them up, because they need it the most.
Absolutely. Just like Underground Nation magazine giving all underground artists an opportunity to promote themselves on multiple channels across the industry, and that is serious. Go to our patreon.com/UGNMAG, Underground Nation magazine. Donate $1. I think it's $5. Donate $5 every month. But for the $5, you get the damn digital magazine every month. Broke Miles.
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to say, advice you want to give to other upcoming artists, and whatever.
Pretty much what Rod D said. Don't let COVID get you down. Keep pushing forward. Use this time to keep building music. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep building up your fan base, because when it's all over, shows start coming in, and once you hit stages versus face to screens, bam, it'll go.
And Mark Dusso saying it right now. Be the change. Be the change. You know what I mean? Don't sit back and deal with what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit back. There's no point to sit back. If you're going to sit back, there's no point for you even trying to do music. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do music, go all in, but have fun. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy that time. Because that time of you writing that rhyme on that pen and paper is that time that you're taking to work on yourself. Those are thoughts, those are feelings, those are emotions, those are stories, those are advice that you're giving out to your people. And whether it's good or evil, you have to be truthful. And I know it's brute. And it could hurt. And it could make people like your mom look at you kind of awkward at times. Like, bro, you're saying that? Like, yeah, I'm saying it. Because I feel it. You know what I mean? I felt that way. At that specific time, I felt that way. And I'm going to stand behind it. Because I know there's 10 million other people thinking the same damn thing I'm thinking, feeling the same way I'm feeling. And like you said, Roddy, social media is what's going to save musicians, because that interlink right there. Our auras, our whatever you want to call it, are all connected in some way. And music is what connects us the strongest. You can't see it, but you can feel it. You know what I mean? And when you feel it, you hold on to it, you push it, you grasp it, you ride the wave. But overall, just have fun, man. Be yourself. Keep pushing. If you need advice, you could always hit up bounceballboogie@gmail.com. You could always message someone to Underground Nation Magazine on Facebook. There's a quick response every single time. And we look out for y'all. That's for sure. Much love, Jay. Much love, man. Everyone tuning in. Share this one time. And we'll be back. We'll be back next week. Underground Nation podcast. New guests. Maybe they'll show back up. I don't know. You never know. But all right, gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in or joining me today. Thanks everyone for tuning in with us. It's been a great conversation. And yeah, Underground Nation podcast. We signing out.
Peace.
Yeah, Underground Nation podcast. Damn, rattle.